Tonight, I pay tribute to a giant of a man. We talk about the legacy that you want to leave behind. And if it's your first time viewing, come inside and meet the London Gang. It's 11 a.m. in Los Angeles, 2 p.m. in New York, 7 o'clock in the evening in London. In Paris, it's 8 p.m. Sydney, you're waking up at 6 in the morning. And in the city of gold, Egoli, Johannesburg, South Africa, it's 9 o'clock. Welcome to the Tom London Show. Let's get the music going. Tonight, we're going to be playing some music on the show. So hello to you. If you're a regular and returning viewer, thank you for pressing the play button and joining us live. If this is your first time watching the show, you are watching the Tom London Show. And what is the Tom London Show? It's a show built on the foundation of kindness, of love, of caring, and companionship. If you need any of that in your life, you've come to the right place. You're going to meet a gang called the London Gang. It's a name that the viewers and the active participants of the show gave themselves. The London Gang is comprised of people from all walks of life. Rich, poor, healthy, unhealthy, happy, unhappy, but with one thing in common. For 1 hour a day, we put everything aside and we sit on the couch and we be human and we be there for each other and we share some naughty stories from time to time, and sometimes we get deep and philosophical, and sometimes we just play the fool. Sometimes we listen to music, and sometimes we ask and answer questions. Sometimes we interview people. All sorts of things happen on the show. Tonight, I'm going to pay tribute to a gentleman who passed away last week, and a man who's had a profound impact in not only my life, but so many lives that he touched along the way. I don't think it would be right to do this show, which is based on the very principles that he espoused, and do the show without mentioning Clive van Kerkhoven. So tonight I can mention the name of my friend and mentor and father figure. So many different ways I can describe Clive, but I'd like to pay tribute to him tonight in the best way I know how, and that's just having a quick chat about the man, tell you about my friend, and also play some of his music. That I used to pop a camera in front of him at his car dealership and say, "Come on, Uncle Clive, you got to sing a song." And he would. So I've got a couple of songs I want to play for you tonight. We're going to have a good time sitting down and listening to music and chatting. That's what tonight's about. In the meantime, I want to say hello to you. So if you're watching for the first time, pop first time viewer in the comment section down below this video. If you're an original member of the London Gang, then say hi and tell me how your day went. I'll read your messages out now. And don't forget that at any time on the show, you can drop me a voice note at that number over there, London Gang. I do like your voice notes. In fact, I love your voice notes. Let's see what you got to say for yourself in the comment section down below. Let's start off in Detroit, Michigan and say hi to Dustin Miller. Hello, London Gangnam Style. That's what she said. Robert Bruce Naismith says, "Good evening, Tom. How is Bob? Still alive and kicking? Lyle has been fed? Yep. Cadbury stocking up your coats? Yep. And more importantly, how's the London Gang?" That's the question I'm asking you tonight. Pop the answer in the comment section down below this video. Bob is my Venus flytrap. Bob didn't have a name until Robert Bruce Naismith suggested Bob, so every time I look at my Venus flytrap now, I see Bob. Bob's been flowering lately, beautiful, pretty white flowers, and whenever the plant flowers, the leaves take a bit of strain, so it looks a little worse for wear right now, but I think in about 3 weeks, Bob's looking good again. I'll bring Bob in front of the camera one of these days. Or maybe I'll do it later in the show, okay? I think there might still be a flower or two on the plant, so let me bring Bob out in about 20 minutes or so. Tammy Singh. Did you hear me say Tammy Singh is on board tonight? And she promised that if India win the World Cup cricket, you're going to do a belly dance for us. I would hit the like, the heart, and not the ha-ha button for that one. Alistair Jameson is on board out of Primrose. Alistair says, good evening to the London gang. Glad to see you all again. Henrietta Cortez joins us out of Denmark and says, hello, Tom and the London gang. Brother Nick in the bush, Marloth Park, Mpumalanga, evening all, rather. There's the glass again. It just depends. If I've got a 500ml or 440ml left at the end of the day, then if I've got a can, whatever, but my default is the 1 liter in the fridge. Share a Coke. Aubrey Murray is on board tonight after being absent for a few nights. He's a hard-working man. He says, good evening, London gang. Gaynor Schulenberg says, hi, Tom and the London gang. Greg von Kerkhoven. Oh, wow, Greg. Makes it a bit harder, I gotta tell you. Greg von Kerkhoven is on board. First time. Welcome, Greg von Kerkhoven from the Suzuki Kyalami and the Suzuki Rivonia family. Aubrey Murray welcomes Greg. That's nice to see. Samantha Naidu, first time. Hey, Samantha Naidu. Happy to see you on the show. Trevor Naidu says, first time. Hi, Trevor. Welcome to the show. Hope it's not the last. Josie de la Oliveira in Portugal joins us and says, good evening, Tom and the London gang. Wish you are all well. Gavin Maestri out of Suzuki Rivonia is on board. Hi, Gavin. Very touching post on Facebook. David Batsoff, my old colleague from Talk Radio 702 and now a renowned travel writer and blogger, is on board. Hello, Tom. I can't find you on Facebook. Just go to the official page, David. I'm no longer streaming to my private page, so just type in @The Tom London Show in the search bar on Facebook. You'll find me. Lil Cook joins us out of the UK. Evening all. And more will join us as we move along through this hour together. So don't be shy. Pop your comments in the comment section down below. Anything you want to say, you just drop it there. Anything you're feeling, you drop it there. I mean, some of our peeps in the London gang have got back problems, and they drop it there. And we go, hope you get better. Some of our people in the London gang don't know how to use a Facebook voice note facility, and they go, how do you use Facebook voice note? They drop it there, and we help them. So anything in the comment section down below the video on Facebook or on the side of the video, perhaps on YouTube, pop it in there. Liesl Schulenberg says, hi. Okay, I did say at the start of the show that this show would be about legacy. And if you'd bear with me for just a couple of minutes, I would like to tell you about a man whose legacy will outlive him for sure. I've been so fortunate in my life that whatever industry I've been in, I've been able to find mentors. What is a mentor? There's a first question for you tonight. You may have had mentors in your life as you watch this program. What is a mentor? What does mentorship mean to you, and what does someone being a mentor in your life mean? Put that description, your answer to that. It's a serious question I'm asking you this evening. What is a mentor? I want to know from you as you watch this program. I'd like your perspective. Pop it in the comments section. And 2, perhaps you've had a mentor or 2 or 3 or 4 in your life. Perhaps you'd care to name them tonight. A lot of the time, mentors don't get mentioned because people are busy doing the stuff that they learned from the mentor. And so I think tonight is a nice opportunity for us as we sit around the couch on the Tom London Show, London Gang, to talk about our mentors and what they've meant to us. So I've been fortunate. I got into the restaurant business and I was mentored by a man, by Milton Korsgatidis, an excellent restaurant operator, and he taught me so much about the sit-down restaurant business. And I got really good at it, thanks to the learning that I got from him, the teaching that I got from him. And then I was in radio, and it was people like John Burks and Jeremy Mansfield who mentored me. In business, when I wanted to have my own business, it was people like Herman Mashaba. It was people like Alan Knock-Craig Sr., Peter Ace, incredible business people who mentored me along my journey. And 10 years ago, I thought, well, I just want to do what I want to do. I don't want to work for big companies. I don't want to work for radio stations. I want to get up in the morning and do what I want to do. And so I started that journey 10 years ago, and I was doing video production, as you know. And what's a mentor? Pop it in the comment section down below. I'm looking for answers. I was doing video production for mostly small businesses because I like the mentality of small business owners. I like the grit. And my friend Tanya Khoury, who's got a company called Acumen Media, they monitor media on behalf of massive brands, said, hey, Tommy, why don't we go pick up a few clients? And I said, sure, I'll jump in the car with you. You can sell your monitoring services, and I'll sell my video production for online. And we started cold calling, started calling on people. And Tanya said to me, Tom, I've got this Suzuki Grand Vitara that I absolutely adore. I'll never sell this thing to anybody. And there's a guy called Uncle Clive van Kerkhoven over at Suzuki Bramley. I think we should go see him. He's the kind of guy you want to do business with. So I jumped in the Suzuki Grand Vitara with Tanya, and we drove off to Suzuki Bramley, and we walked into the motor dealership. Now, I grew up in tire shops, retail tire shops, exhaust shops, and so I spent a lot of my time as a youth in overalls working in these types of environments or behind counters serving customers. And my dad taught me. My dad taught me how to deal with people. My dad taught me how to be honest in business. My dad taught me how to treat the customer like family or like the king. And so it was a natural environment that I walked into. I walked into this car dealership and I went, this feels a bit like what I grew up in. And I grew up in a family business, and it was a family business. And so I just felt, you know, when you go into a meeting with people for the first time, you either feel uncomfortable or you feel comfortable. There's no gray area. You either walk in and go, I like these people, and they go, I like you. Or you walk out and you go, man, not sure whether I want to, it's not the right place. And I just felt so at home. And I walked into Clive van Kerkhoven's office, and I met various staff members along the way. And I was offered coffee or tea, and I was offered a cappuccino. And for years, I've said the best cappuccino in Johannesburg is not at a coffee shop. The best cappuccino in Johannesburg is at Suzuki Kyalami or Suzuki Rivonia. I don't know where they get the beans from, but it comes from a magical place, I'm sure. So I got this gorgeous cappuccino, and I was, wow, the coffee's good here. And we started chatting. And I explained what I did. And then Uncle Clive sat with me, and he explained his business philosophy, which stemmed from two words, Dulce faith, an Eastern tradition or belief, that when you do something in life, do it from the heart. Now, when we talk about doing things from the heart, you naturally think family, friends, relationships. But Clive van Kerkhoven said to me on the very first meeting I had with him, that this philosophy of doing things from the heart extends beyond me, beyond my family, beyond my friends. It extends into my business. It extends to the staff. It extends to the people who work here. It extends to the people who buy motor cars from us, who service their cars from us, who become part of a family. Now, this is the kind of marketing talk that you will hear from big brands about how you're a family member in the business, and then you try and call a call center, and then you're number 3052 in the queue, and nobody knows your name. But in the 4 years or so that I've been working with the family and the staff at Suzuki Kyalami and Rivonia, I can say without question that the philosophy of Dulce faith, the philosophy of doing things from your heart, the philosophy of treating your customers and your staff like family, ran through the very blood, the veins of these businesses. And so for 4 years, I got to every month sit in front of a man who was a retail genius, a self-made man, full of grit, full of determination, but with heart and insight and intelligence. So it must be because he was left-handed. Lefties of the world unite. And every month for the last 4 years, my trip to Suzuki to meet the Van Kerkhovens, and Clive Van Kerkhoven in particular, was not just to go and do a job. It was to go and learn. It was to go soak up as much information as I could from this man so that I could be better in business, so that I could be a better person in business, so that I could be a better human being. Because that's what he inspired everyone who touched, everyone whose life he touched. That's what he made you think. He made you, when you walked out of the business, you did some thinking about yourself. You did some thinking about your life, your business, your friends, your relationships, your ethics, your morals, your values, your family. He was that type of person that if you just went in to buy a car today, you would leave thinking about love. In a motor dealership of all places. But you find magic everywhere. And I found magic at the Van Kerkhoven's business, led by Uncle Clive. And last week, I got the news that he was not well. He was overseas, and he wasn't well. He was in hospital. And the following day, I went through to the Suzuki Kyalami branch and spoke to Gerry, who's another amazing human being. And I said, Gerry, please, you got to let me know the news. Let me know what's happening. I need to know. And the next morning, I sent a message to say any updates, and Gerry called me to say that Uncle Clive had passed away. There are some deaths in life that days later you still can't believe it. That days later you go, it doesn't feel right. And yet there's this dark cloud hanging over you saying there's a shadow in your life. A massive shadow in this case. The shadow of a man who just touched so many lives. And I wanted to pay tribute to him tonight. I know I mentioned it last week that someone I knew had passed away, but I didn't say who it was, and I didn't want to preempt anything. But tonight I do. And this sits at the very base of what we do on the Tom London Show with the London Gang. In a way, what Uncle Clive pushed through his business as a force, as an energy, we're doing exactly the same thing on the show. We don't sell motor cars on the show. We haven't sold anything yet on the show. We're just forming an association right now. But at some point it will become a commercial product. But the one thing we can never lose, London Gang, is our heart, is our love, our compassion for one another, our support for one another. It has to and always has to be the DNA in the show. Now, I've been inspired to put a commercial product like this together by Uncle Clive. And last month, on my monthly visit to the dealership, I sat down with Clive. And after we discussed all of the business, I said to him, Uncle Clive, I'm starting a podcast. I've just started. I don't know whether it's going to get any viewers. I don't know what's going to happen, but in a month from now, I'll have a fair idea. And I'm going to come back to you, and I'm going to tell you how it's going. And I said, I'm going to ask you for a favor. If the numbers are there, if the interest is there, and the people are there, and the product's working the way I want it to, I would like you to do a couple of minutes on my show every week, just a couple of minutes, and talk about your philosophy. Because I thought for us, as London Gang, we could benefit from the teachings of Uncle Clive. So a month ago, I asked him, and he said, with pleasure, Tom. And last week, when I was going into the business and I received this news, I was actually going in to say to Uncle Clive, I'm ready. Come and teach us. Come onto the show, whatever time you've got, and teach us. And unfortunately, fate robbed us of that opportunity and chance. I promise you, we've lost out. We've lost out on a lot of teaching. But the spirit of Clive Van Kerkhoven, I know will live in his businesses. It does already. But I'd like to make this promise to his family and to Uncle Clive. that spirit that he taught me will live on in the show. So, tonight, I'd like to, besides talk about, and I have spoken about, the incredible business acumen and heart of the man we called Uncle Clive, I'd like to showcase another talent. And this is the fun part. Every now and then, apart from making advertising and car reviews, I'd say, Uncle Clive, you got to sing us a song. And Uncle Clive would pull out his guitar and he'd sing his own music that he'd written. And he wasn't a professional musician. He sold cars for a living. He didn't perform for a living. But boy, could he perform. Boy, could he write good music. Boy, could he sing with heart. So I always loved making these little videos. We made a handful of them over the years. And tonight on the Tom London Show, I'd like us to have some musical entertainment from Uncle Clive. We'll start off with a pretty deep one, but it's going to get lighter and happier. The first song is about the clock of time. And as I play this song tonight, I would like to dedicate it to the family of Uncle Clive. Auntie Laurie, Greg, Anthony, Richard, Paul, Sheila, anyone I'm forgetting, the staff at Suzuki Kailami, Suzuki Rivonia, Gerry, Gavin, Kaz, Samantha, Shane, Vincent, Paul, so many people, so many names that I come in contact with every month, but all of you. Tonight, the show and these songs are dedicated to you guys because you are just fantastic and you are the living legacy of Clive and Kirk Owen. We'll come back and check your comments on what makes a good mentor and who your mentors were in just a moment. But first, some entertainment from the man we called Uncle Clive.
The clock of time, it's ticking down. The hands on the face, they're spinning all round and round. They turn you upside down, they turn you all around. I'm running out, I can't keep pace. I'm trying to understand what it is about this human race, this crazy place that we're on to, and we don't know why. So tell me what you're all about, what's inside and what's without, and show me what I need to do to keep time, to keep in time with you. Sitting here, I'm minding mine, rushing down a river, oh, a river at a time. It takes me here, it takes me there, it takes me from those things I care. The game of life can be so cruel. Now you're the winner and then you're such a fool. It's not gold, that shiny stone, it's your metal for being alone. So tell me what you're all about, what's inside and what's without, and show me what I need to do to find time, to find some time with marketing. It takes on the days a year and then the years are gone. Was not that long ago when you and I, we said hello. Lay it out and count the cost of things that we've found and of the things we've lost. Oh, but the thing I'll miss the most is the times I spent with you. So tell me what you're all about, what's inside and what's without, and show me what I need to do to keep time, to keep in time with you.
Two more to go, and they're going to get better and better, I promise you. Hi, if you've just joined the Tom London Show and it's your first time watching, welcome to the London Gang. You're surrounded by people who care. Let's go to the comments, shall we? Another song coming up in just a moment. I hope you're enjoying it. Graham McNally is on board. Graham says, Dumela. Dumela, Graham McNally, okay. Right, let's go. Henrietta Cortez says, a mentor. Someone who guides you with your best interests at heart. My mentor is also from the restaurant Branch Bogart, from the Mill Restaurant. Bit of a lifesaver, actually. Still friends and meet up all over the world. Nice story, Henriette. Robert Naismith says, my mentors, definitely my parents, taught me many things in life, respect and manners. Glenn Pillay, during my work life, best boss ever. Hats off to Glenn Pillay. Aubrey Marais says, a mentor in my mind is someone that takes you under their wing after seeing the talent available, someone who nurtures and teaches, someone who actually believes in you. Benjamin Jones has just arrived. How's it, Ben? Good to have you with us. Tammy Singh says, to me, a mentor is someone that motivates you and drives you to achieve your passion. Raki Maha says, Dulce Fate, Suzuki Kailami, Suzuki Ravonia, Uncle Clive, forever a great man. Tammy Singh says, I'm sorry to hear about your loss, Tom. The profound loss is being felt by the family and the staff right now. I think I echo that. And some of them are in the room. Earlier on, you saw Greg Van Kerkhoven, you saw Gavin Maestri, Samantha Naidu. Those are all people who work at the dealerships. I'm sure they'd appreciate your good wishes in the comment section down below. David Batsoffen says, wishing you long life. Condolences to all who knew him. Tammy Singh says, my brother was my mentor and he passed. When he passed, it felt like I lost me, if that makes sense. Yes, it does. Aubrey Marie says, rest in eternal peace, Uncle Clive. Gaynor Schulenberg says, my deepest sympathies. Henrietta Cortez says, a period of mourning takes time, but remember, he is watching and guiding from all around. I'm a believer in that. Josie de Oliveira says, Tom, condolences to you, the family, and friends. Alistair Jameson talks about the passing of his mother, who was 90 years old when she passed. She was still self-sufficient, living on her own, doing life, until some reckless mobility scooter driver knocked her over, causing her to break her left femur. And then the hospitals didn't do enough, and she passed. I'm sorry, Alistair, I am. Aubrey Rea says, the London Gang feels your pain, Tom. We got you. A lot of us are feeling this pain today. And as you say, Tom, I just keep thinking of the family and staff. Josie de Oliveira says, yeah, Tom and Gang, let's celebrate Uncle Clive's life. Aubrey Marais says, what a poignant song, isn't it just? What nationality was Clive, Tom? Can't quite pinpoint it, or maybe just South African, a bit of Scottish. May he rest in peace, lovely voice. I'm hesitant to actually talk about his genealogy. What is a genealogy? What is it when you study family trees? I don't know. I never asked him. It's the one question I never asked. Van Kerkhoven sounds Holland to me. I'm guessing. I wouldn't know. He's a South African boykie, but I'm not quite sure where the roots lie. Someone could fill us in. Lisa Schillenberg says, such a great guitarist. Wasn't he just? Robert Bruce Naismith says, an awesome mentor has a clear vision and direction. He or she has the ability to transfer those characteristics to others. A person that takes care and time with others. Simplicity is often the key. Lil Cook says, what an incredible talent. Thank you, Uncle Clive, for your heart. Robert says, Clive wasn't a professional musician. Wow, fantastic. I know, and I don't know if anyone knows this, but about a month and a half ago, I convinced Uncle Clive to come to a recording studio and lay down guide vocals to one of his songs. And we just did one vocal run, not really enough to produce a song, but I'm hoping that if I sit with Garth, we can actually turn it into something. So we're going to give it a try. Lil Cook says, what an incredible talent. Thank you, Uncle Clive, for your heart. I think I read that. Cheryl Viehan is on board. Good evening, London gangs. Better late than never. David Batsoffen says, my mentor in business was Mervyn Nyland, who invented Flight Hand Cleaner, which you might have used in your youth, Tom Cottrell. Yeah, I probably did. Oh, not Tom Cottrell. Predictive text. Gillian Watson says, you will be in his heart forever. Amanda Thornton, also an employee at Suzuki, Kalami Suzuki Rivonia, the family, says, too beautiful, thanks so much. We will miss Clive so much and live by his legacy, personal and business. He was like my dad. So many people that worked for Clive have been saying this in their Facebook posts and tribute this week, that he was like a dad. And he did. He had that aura around him. When he spoke to you, it was like your father speaking. Beth Lloyd joins us out of the UK. Hi, Beth. Good to have you on board. Let's see what else comes in. There'll be more. And I'm going to start prepping you for the next question I want to ask you. Because the thing that, yesterday I was on the dam. I took the day off and just sat in the middle of nowhere thinking. And I was just so much running through my mind then and now, actually. But sitting on that beautiful lake, dam, yesterday, I was thinking that there's no doubt that the legacy that Clive van Kerkhoven crafted throughout his life is already instilled in his businesses and the people who run them. His son Greg, his son Richard, his brother Paul, his wife Laurie, Sheila, and all the staff. And it got me thinking yesterday, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind, Tom? Here's a man who left an incredibly powerful legacy behind. What do you want your legacy to be? I sat on that dam yesterday thinking about it a lot. I'll tell you what kind of legacy I'd like to leave behind when I'm gone. But I would like you to tell me, what kind of legacy would you like to leave behind? It's a rather deep show tonight. I'm glad we're having a deep show because we'll have a funny one or two this week for sure. We'll go off the wall, you know we do. But here's a serious question for you, London gang. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Maybe you're halfway there, maybe you're there. Maybe you're just at the beginning of this journey we call leaving a legacy behind. But when you go, what impact do you want to have on the people whose lives you've touched? And what do you want people to learn and say about you? Learn from you and say about you. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Think about it. Don't just write it down immediately. I want you to give this a good 5 to 10 minutes of thought. And then pop your answer in the comment section down below. Or even better, you know I love voice notes. Leave a voice note. Leave a voice note for me and tell me what kind of legacy you'd like to leave behind. The voice note line is open, 067-219-7893. We'll come back and let's answer the question now. His son Greg van Kerkhoven says Clive was South African through and through, of Belgian descent. There we go. That answers your question, and it's very nice to see you offering condolences to the family. Thank you. Keep doing that. Right, here's the next song we're going to play. This song is called Old Friends, and this is what I'd like us to be a couple of years from now once the show has matured. When we look back at the beginning days of the Tom London Show and the very formation of the London Gang, I'd like us to look back and go, you know what? We've become old friends, you and me. We've shared so much. We've sat on the couch for an hour a night so many times. We've seen life from both sides now, and we're still old friends. So this is a song called Old Friends, and I hope you turn it up and enjoy it. Uncle Clive.
Times like these I think about friends so old. It's funny how it seems they always come and go. You never forget them, and it's never quite clear. Those old friends when you need them will always be here. Always be here. 'Cause life is like a circle, spinning round and round, and when it stops revolving, an old friend can be found. It's New Year's Eve, I stop to collect my thoughts. Think of all the friendships and lessons that they taught. Well, some are forgotten and some that I must learn. It's all of life's experience that makes that wheel turn. It makes that wheel turn. 'Cause life is like a circle, it's spinning round and round, and when it stops revolving, an old friend can be found. On days like these, you always on my mind. I wonder if you'll miss me, I wonder if you'll find. Hey, all of those memories and the good times that we sought, they just like those old friends, no, they cannot be bought. They cannot be bought. 'Cause life is like a circle, spinning round and round, and when it stops revolving, an old friend can be found.
And welcome to the Tom London Show. If you just joined us, thank you for pressing the play button. If you're watching the next day or the day after, you're just as valuable to me as the live viewers, so thank you. Hello to our streamers on YouTube, hello to our streamers on Twitch, and on the official Tom London Show page on Facebook. You are, by default, when you join the show, becoming part of the London Gang. We'll talk about the London Gang in just a moment. Watching the messages fly across the screen. We'll be reading them out in just a moment. In the meantime, let me throw this question at you. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? When your last day is done and people talk about you and they say, oh yeah, X, he or she was ... Fill in the ... for me. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Last night, somebody didn't believe that I actually caught fish yesterday. Is it fish or fishes? I don't know. at the dam. So I got a video that I'll play just before the end of the show to prove to you that I caught a fish. And we got another one of Uncle Clive's songs coming up in just a moment or two. Remember, the voice note line is open. We'll be playing voice notes before the end of the show. 067-219-7893. If you need to learn how to do a voice note, we have enough teachers in the room now. We've got 4 people in our Voice Note Hall of Fame. 4 people who said, how do you send a voice note, Tom? So if you want to join the Voice Note Hall of Fame, just write how do you send a voice note in the comments section next to or underneath this video, and somebody will rush to your assistance, somebody who's good at teaching how to make voice notes. So I can hear the voice notes coming in, and we'll play them one by one just before the end of the show. You got about 10 minutes to get a voice note in. And now, if you want to pop in the comments section what your legacy would be and what you'd like it to be, then why don't you write that answer in the comment section down below, and I'll read it in just a moment. In fact, I'll read it at the end of the song. Last song from Uncle Clive tonight, as we pay tribute to Clive van Kerkhoven of Suzuki Kyalami and Suzuki Rivonia fame. He was also responsible for Suzuki Bramley, along with his family and his staff, who ran and run the business. I would just like to say this before we move on, that it's incredibly empowering when you have worked for people for 4 years and the leader, the father, the patriarch passes away. It's incredibly empowering feeling safe in the knowledge that everything he taught over the years has been implemented. Every good business practice, every from the heart teaching, every business skill that he possessed, he passed on to Greg, to his family, to his staff. And I know the next time I walk into Suzuki Kyalami or Rivonia, it will be the same business, with the same ethos, with the same spirit, with the same love that drives the team. I have never done a show out of 4,000 or so live Tom London shows where I've been able to say that with confidence. Tonight I can. So, in conclusion, and by the way, this would be a really nice time to hit the like or the heart button, just to show your support tonight. Just would be nice if you hit that heart or like button. In conclusion, I would like to say to Uncle Clive, wherever he is, Uncle Clive, thank you. Thank you for being you, an incredible human being. No interaction was without a lesson. No interaction was without walking away and actually thinking about life and thinking about yourself as a human being. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the kindness. Thank you for the impish grin and the twinkle in your eye. Thank you for the lessons. And thank you for the coffee and the chats and the many years that I got to spend around you, soaking everything that you are up. Thank you for the Christmas lunch. Thank you for the gestures of goodwill and kindness. Thank you for the toasted cheese and bacon sandwiches. I will never forget Uncle Clive van Kerkhoven. And I wish his family and his staff and the team who run Kyalami and Rivonia all the best during this difficult time. But I send my condolences to you guys, knowing that you're going to take what you've learned and what you practice on a daily basis and make it even better. And take one man's legacy and turn it into something huge. So, let's finish off this segment with a song that is, perhaps this is my favorite song of Uncle Clive's. It talks about getting up in the morning and the kind of attitude and the love and the joy that you can find in the morning when you turn and you look at someone and you go, My time in the morning is worthwhile because I get to spend it with you. It's like me at 9 o'clock at night in Johannesburg. My time at night is worthwhile because I get to spend it with you. I, however, am not a songwriter and I can't sing and play the guitar, so I'd never be able to express it more than I am now. And so I'll let Uncle Clive express this philosophy and the joy that comes from life on the third song, and the last one we'll play from Uncle Clive tonight. Oh, you can tell me which was your favorite. This is mine.
Sail. Blue skies in the morning, and the air, it's as crisp as it can be. Why? Oh, I love the morning with you here, sitting right next to me, sitting right next to me. Why get high on oxygen and you see the smile, and that's the good you do. Yes, I get high on oxygen and you. Birds fly in the morning, up high, as far as the eye can see. Why? I love the morning with you here, sitting right next to me, sitting right next to me. Why get high on oxygen and you see the smile, and that's the good you do. Love my customers, and I get high on oxygen and you. Sun, yes sun, shine in the morning, up high. Easy lyrics say, love the morning with you here, sitting right next to me. You're sitting right next to me. Yeah, you're sitting right next to me. Yeah. Woo!
The comment line in just a moment. See what you got to say and what you've left on the voice note line for me. I can't wait to hear them. You got a minute or two to go before I start playing the comments. 067-219-7893. That's the comment number. You got WhatsApp on your phone? Put that number in, save it. And then send me a voice note to 067-219-7893. Might play it on the show. Okay, let's take a look at some of the comments been coming in while the music videos have been playing. Tammy Singh says, Clive had a beautiful voice. Oh, yes. When my beloved husband passed, says Lil, was the first time I began to understand what legacy meant. Yep. It takes a tall tree to get knocked down, for you to examine the word legacy. Nice comment. Thank you, Lil. Cheryl Vehan says, to me, Tom, your legacy is kindness. There's some people and some ex-girlfriends who wouldn't agree. I'm not a saint. But the older I get, the more I believe in this virtue called kindness, and it doesn't cost anything. So I hope I get that right. Aubrey Murray says, my legacy, I like to have made the whole world smile and laugh. I'd be happy with that. That's a nice one. Thank you, Aubrey. Rocky Mahas says, Uncle Clive was all about people. He always put people first. He was like my dad. I'm blessed to have known and worked with him 5 years now. Aubrey Murray says, we need London Gang OG t-shirts. Funny you should mention that, because this morning I went off to a t-shirt and apparel manufacturer that prints and embosses and embroiders and things. And I was looking at different clothing items, caps, t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, different things that we could turn into merchandise that would be exclusive to the London Gang. And I'm starting to get some ideas. So we're not far away from that, Aubrey. You'll be pleased to know that we'll have some London Gang OG t-shirts coming up soon. Alistair Jameson says, Sixto van Kerkhoven. Sounds like a South African Rodriguez. Carlos Hartwell, who is a professional musician, says, wow, Tom, such beautiful lyrics. My condolences. Wow, good God, this man sang from the heart. I can feel it. Henriette Cortez says, I want to be remembered for having meant something special to each and every person I knew. Robert Bruce Naismith says, kindness, reliability, honesty, loyalty is what I want my legacy to be. Not much, but everything is achievable on my list. Amen. Justin Chamberlain, my good friend, says, what an amazingly talented musician Clive was. Thanks for sharing these memories and songs with us, Tom. A mentor to me is someone who takes you under their wing and helps you grow. The legacy I would like to leave behind is that I did my best to make a difference in people's lives where I could, and pray that I was able to be an influence and make changes. Nice one. Alistair Jameson says, I would love for people to say of me, he had a huge heart, he loved deeply, and he left this world empty. He left it all behind. People are talking about tomorrow. I'm not going to mention that right now. This is, I don't know, this year I'm just like, meh. Barry Bowditch, renowned photographer out of the KZN province, says, my legacy, or either my business legacy, the customer is always right. Maybe not in the head, but always right. Nice one, Barry. Seems Uncle Clive was a happy chappy. Love that little smile in his voice when he sings. He did. He had this cheeky smile. Loved it. Patricia Anscott says, what an amazing spirit he has. He's a really strong young man. That's your son, I think, Alistair, who's not doing too well at the moment. Robert Bruce Naismith. Oh, no, Robert. OG? Serious? Do we need to explain this to you, Rob? OG is like original gangster. It's hood talk. Hey, the OGs, they're the guys that survived. They're still around. Original gangster. There we go. Sorted out. Shall we go to the voice note line? Let's see what you got to say for yourselves, London Gang. I want to hear your voice. You ready? Start off in Detroit, Michigan now. Dustin Miller joins us.
Good evening, London Gang.
How's it?
You remember the guy that said, don't touch me on my studio? Don't mind me. I just cracked myself up over the dumb
That was
stuff.
cute.
Anyway, how's it?
How's it? Next one.
That's funny. I had to tell my story about Springs because I had some friends that lived there. They may still live there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to them in years. In 2019, I took a taxi, a minibus taxi. Yes, you heard me. I took a taxi. I took a lot of taxis in those days. The struggle is real, yes. I went from Randburg to town.
Sit back and relax. This is
on
a long
a
one.
taxi, and then
Yeah.
I had to go across from town to secondary rank, which was over near a park, which I don't. It started with a J, but I don't remember the
Joubert
name.
Park.
Nearly got robbed walking from one side of the.
That would be Joubert Park,
the,
yes.
The Joburg ranks to the
You
other
don't want to
ranks.
do that. That's called
Got
taking
on the
a chance.
taxi to Springs.
Taking a chance.
Took the taxi to Springs, got off at Springs Mall. My friend came and fetched me from there. Spent a couple days at their house. Bought them alcohol. Then we went to the taxi rank on Sunday morning, or I did.
Yes.
and I took a taxi from there to Pretoria.
Is something dramatic going to happen?
And I met up with my then girlfriend.
Yes.
And yeah, had a nice little afternoon in Pretoria, and then we rode back to Randburg together. Got off by four-ways, all on taxis.
We've done a trip with Dustin
Took a
Miller.
taxi
Yes.
to Radio Today every
Yes.
day for over a year.
Right. What did you eat for breakfast?
Taxis are fun, especially when you're the only white guy on one. But yeah, it was a good time. I'm very thankful for that experience. I'd not trade anything for it.
Next voice note.
Talking about mentors, I have mentors that obviously have done different things in my life, but one of the best mentors I've ever had was a man named Gavin Singh, whom I knew, that you knew very well.
Yes.
I think you both worked at Vodacom together at
That's
one
right.
point.
Gavin worked for me.
But as far as radio goes, what a legend, hey? He just did everything exactly as it should be done. He wrote the book on how links should be done. Clear, concise. You say exactly what you need to say, no more, no less. You get to the point and you play the song, right? You don't drone on in between songs, and he was great when it came to that. And I believe that his energy and just the way he did things, the way he presented himself on air, he never phoned it in. He always gave 110% every single day, and what a legend, gone too soon, obviously. And unfortunately, the older I get, the more people pass away around me.
Too true.
Some young, some old, but yeah, it's never great.
Thank you, Dustin, out of Detroit, Michigan. Yeah. Gavin Singh, I had the pleasure of working with for years, and I love radio, and everyone I've ever worked with in radio loves radio, but I don't know if I ever met anyone who loved radio as much as Gavin Singh. Talking about Singhs, let's speak to Tammy Singh.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello, Tammy.
The legacy I would like to leave behind is that when somebody talks about me or talks about me, that they say, I loved unconditionally, I am kind, and I changed somebody's life somehow, and yeah, and I just made a difference in somebody's life. Yeah.
Tammy Singh, I think you're going to leave that legacy because you're doing that already. However, I am worried about a competing legacy. That your legacy may be that you did a belly dance on the Tom London show. Or your legacy may be that you have a huge obsession with Faf du Plessis undies. You're going to have to watch this legacy story, Tammy Singh. The belly dance might do you in. Aubrey Marais now.
How's it, Tom, the London gang?
Yeah.
Been a while, it's been a while.
It has, but
Been busy, so I've got a moment. I'm tuning in to my favorite people and cool by the pool. I'm happy as a camper on a nice rainy night. So I'm tuned in, I'm here. Dankie toch.
Donkey Boot.
How's it, Tom and the London gang? Once again, Aubrey. I did leave a message. I'm also going to leave a voice note to drum it through, maybe. Dude, we need London Gang OG t-shirts. We need them.
This morning I went to the t-shirt shop to see what they got. I said to Kieran, who works at the shop, I'm gonna need t-shirts, I'm gonna need a lot. I looked at the caps and the hoodies and the jackets, and I saw the London Gang logo. Now, we're gonna have to do two things. We're gonna have to have London Gang, or Little London Gang, and then somewhere we're gonna have to have OG, for the original gangsters. And I think what we'll do is we'll only run the OG merchandise for like 6 months or a year, something like that. And then after that, we will never print OG on merchandise again. So if we do that and we get some merchandise out with OG on it, after a certain time period, we'll never put OG on again. And so we'll make that limited edition. See Tammy Singh? She comes in, tells us about this great legacy she wants to leave, and look at that. Tom, are you going to have London Gang on a Speedo? For you, I will. After you do the belly dance for us. Let's conclude the show with a message from Greg van Kerkhoven, Clive's son. You'll find him at Suzuki Kailami, Suzuki Rivonia. Says, thank you, Tom of the London Gang. Beautiful tribute. My dad would be smiling down right now, and he would have loved to have joined you on the show. If only, eh? And I think that's the message I leave you with tonight. The message that's in my head that I'd like to leave you with tonight is, let's continue this journey we're on together, London Gang. Let's continue to spread kindness. Let's continue to have our silly and off-the-wall moments. Let's continue to be edgy. Let's continue to be us, humans with our multiple personalities and our thorns and our roses, our good and our bad. And let's come together every night at 9 p.m. or whenever you want to watch the show for a dose of it. And let's just inspire each other to do better, to be better, to have better. And I reckon, step by step, as we do this, we're not only going to improve the way we feel every day, we're going to improve our environments, we're going to improve our lives. And perhaps more importantly, we're going to do our little bit to improve the lives of others. So with that in mind, I'd like to thank you for joining the show tonight. If you haven't pressed the ha-ha or the heart or the like button, you know I don't love you as much as the people who do. I mean, do I need to repeat this every night? I love everybody. But I love the people who press the like, heart, or ha-ha button way more. No pressure. If you can't figure out where the like or the heart or the ha-ha button is, it's that button you normally press when you like a Facebook post. Not the one at the bottom that makes the heart fountain. The one underneath the video. It says like, comment, share. You press the like one. You turn it into a heart or a ha-ha. It's very easy. And if it's not active now, just wait for the show to end and then you hit it. And look, it's not for my ego, I got to tell you. It's for Mark Zuckerberg. Like, it's to help with the algorithms. It's to help Facebook see that people actually enjoy the product, and then they let the handbrake go a little bit more and they let more people see it. So, if you press the ha-ha, like or heart button at any time during the show, thank you. If you're going to press it, thank you. And know that I love you. Claire Feldman, love you lots. Been thinking about you today. Good night, everybody. This is your opportunity to say night to each other, wish each other well, and a good day tomorrow. We close the show midday in Los Angeles, the City of Angels, 3 p.m. in the Big Apple, 8 p.m. in London, 9 p.m. now in Paris, 7 a.m. good morning, mate, in Sydney. And in Johannesburg, as I say goodnight to you and wish you a very good night, it's 10 o'clock. And until tomorrow, I hope you have a really good sleep. I hope you got food in your stomach. I hope you got a little bit of money in your pocket. I hope you're nice to the people around you and they're nice to you. Most of all, I hope you join me again tomorrow for another edition, show number 25, London Gang, of the Tom London Show. Until then, I miss you around.